It is my great pleasure to welcome you all, and those who could not be with us in person, to the commencement day of the class of 2024. It is an honor to be chosen to represent such an amazing class of people who have across the board shown the resiliency and excellence that is the mark of a true Marquette student. The story of our class is rooted in a shared desire for connection in what has come to be known as the age of loneliness. This growing rift between the individual and society was emphasized by the COVID-19 pandemic of 2020 and beyond. The confusion of COVID created a need in many of us to plant ourselves in a place with support and stability from our community. The thing that's always been scary about going to college is that you must build that community from scratch. It would be cool to say that I found myself in Marquette because I come from a Marquette family, that I've been dreaming of coming here my entire life, and that I can list off every important basketball stat in Marquette's history. But unfortunately, that would be a lie, especially because it's been 4 years, I still barely understand how basketball works, and I consider the most exciting part of games to be when the CGI Eagle comes with a jumper shot. My family is not from the US. I spent my childhood moving first across the ocean and then from state to state, all the way through high school. I knew the notion of building something from scratch all too well as the importance and value of surrounding yourself with good people. So, I chose Marquette because of a sense of belonging. I was looking for a home among people who I believed would help me thrive, who could share and understand my need for connection and how relationships make us into better people. Throughout our time at Marquette, we have been taught the importance of marrying our life experience with our education. Our class had the extra challenge of an education shaped by the pandemic, which exposed areas where we are lacking in care for the whole, and emphasized how a service mindset is crucial to the survival of society. This has allowed us to build a community that strives to not dominate, but work in harmony with a diverse and complex world. I have sought to exercise this practice through my work with Engineers Without Borders, a service engineering organization at Marquette that works alongside communities in Guatemala to meet basic human needs. I have learned to foster equity through innovation and seen the importance of respect, communication, and companionship from our global community. I have learned the importance of improving and sustaining our common home to ensure the safety and welfare of not just our current populations, but also future generations to come. And I have learned that engineering and all careers and work that we do as Marquette students are an opportunity for us to serve and improve. The work you do matters, and it impacts the world around you, and having this mindset is essential to our experience as Marquette alumni. Leaving college can be tricky when we limit our minds to feeling comfortable in a single physical setting. However, Marquette and the unique ways we have been shaped before we set foot on campus have given us the tools to be bold, compassionate, and, most importantly, open to change. It is not the physical location we are placed in, but the people we surround ourselves with and the experiences that we share that make us who we are. From my experience with new places and our time together at Marquette, I can tell you oftentimes the only barrier to collaboration is our own narrow-mindedness. Community can be formed from anywhere with the right people and a mindset of curiosity and connection. Go forward with confidence in your abilities and the work others have done to shape you into who you are. I'd like to end with a little story about my own family. When I was younger and would complain about having to take the bus to school, my dad would tell me a story about his treacherous journey to school when he lived in Australia. He told me that he used to ride his bike to school, and every day on his ride, he would carry a bike pump with him. However, this bike pump was not an in case of emergency kind of thing. It was used as a weapon against a very violent bird called a magpie. So, every day, my father would ride to school and would swing his bike pump around his head during the entirety of the ride like a lasso so that the swooping magpies wouldn't make contact. Now, I think every kid has heard some version of this story from their parents or grandparents, to convince them of how much harder life was back in the day. So, as we go forward and reflect on our stories from our time at Marquette, I invite you all to think about how fun it will be to tell your kids that not only did you have to haul your way uphill the icy tundra of Wisconsin Avenue, facing 25-mile-per-hour winds with bricks in your backpack, you had to do it all with a mask on. Thank you all again.